All right, let's talk. Yeah,
Okay, now,
come along. Go
okay.
ahead.
Of course, the most number one question is your debate with Trish Regan, the presenter from Fox TV. And my reading shows that 230 million people watch your debate with Trish Regan. Now, how has this debate, which actually turned out to be a dialogue, okay, how has it helped yourself and CGTN in terms of the global recognition?
I must say, it did help a lot, and I was very surprised to find the actual number. There are this company; it's a media intelligence company, and their collection of data showed that within a week or two from that debate, the local readership, combined readership of all of the reports on the keywords of CGTN reached 12 billion.
Wow.
And yes, and yeah, the readership of the keywords of my name, Liu Xin, reached 3 billion. So I was really surprised. I knew it was a lot, but I didn't know it was so much. So I think in a sense, it did help people know the name of CGTN, and I'm very fortunate and grateful that my name is associated with that. I must say, it's not a pure luck. CGTN has been the precursor of CGTN was CCTV News, CCTV 9. You probably know this story. We have been working very hard, people in this international TV business of China, working very hard over the past 20 years to build this brand, to build the team, to expand it from 30 minutes a day, okay, a recorded news show, to now 5-6 channels with 5 different languages, 24-hour channels in not just TV, but new media everywhere. So it's, I think it is a due recognition of the hard work that has been built by the people who are behind this name. And I'm very proud. I'm very happy that I'm able to contribute to that.
Well done, Liu Xin. Did your boss give you a pay rise after that?
I got some bonus. Well, I must say, it did really help me, because when I go somewhere, when I go to Xinjiang, people know me.
Okay.
I'm really happy. Yeah, I'm happy it opens doors to me. But it's also a responsibility, now that people know you, you have to live up to that expectation. If you say something, you have to be able to back that up, right?
Yes. Now, when I told my friends that I'll be talking to you, every one of my friends says that you speak impeccable English, very crispy English. They said, ChunWai, you and your Malaysian English will be a failure compared to your English. Okay, now. And in my case, in schools, we were taught English. You did a major in English. When did you start to learn English?
Actually, it's an interesting story, because I kind of grew up in the period of time when China started to open up. Mm-hmm. So the way how I learn English kind of reflects the story of how the country opened up, and it's actually I would say a reflection of millions of people just like me, that generation. I was born in the 1970s, and I started learning English with Follow Me, the BBC. The BBC English teaching program. We didn't have tapes, we didn't have TV shows, we didn't have internet, nothing. So I started learning English because my elder sister were studying English. So I was like a parrot, I was following them. I didn't understand what I was talking about. But then I really liked it. So it was a very natural choice for me to go to university and study this language, just like a whole host of the generation of Chinese people of my age. That's what we all did. And we didn't go abroad. We only learned English from China, and many of them are also able to speak very good English. So I think it's a reflection of an era, of a period of time. And now it's a different era, right? Now children are born and they have all the resources they need to immerse themselves in an English-speaking environment. For me, yeah, it was a different story, but I like it. I still like it. I feel very comfortable speaking English.
So you had someone at home to practice the language, which is your sister.
My sisters, yeah, we had no English speaking environment. Mm-hmm. My parents were 100% Chinese. We're all 100% Chinese. It was that, very simple learning experience. My father was learning Russian, like many of people of his generation. Yeah, I mean, China had a, cozy period of time with the former Soviet Union. So we just learned it like that. I guess I'm a little bit talented in learning English and I like it. So that made it easier probably.
Okay, when you chose to major in school, in university in English, did you want to be a diplomat, a teacher, or wanted to be a journalist?
It's very interesting because I remember clearly when I graduated, I said to a friend of mine, I said, I want to have an advertisement company that I bring Chinese products or Chinese ideas to the world. Okay. And don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying I'm doing advertisement now, but I'm saying 20 years later, 20 years later, if I think of what I do, it's sort of in a similar way. It's been a bridge, right? Been a bridge between China and the outside world. I don't know, maybe I'm cut out for this job.
Yes. Now, your posting to Geneva, which was almost like 6 years, how did it sharpen your mind? How did it help you in terms of being a news person?
It helped me greatly. It was the big transformation and my real journalistic life started there. Okay, it was 2011. Before that, I was already for 10 years a news presenter. So I had, limelight, I had flowers, I had fame, my life was easy. But I was reading news in the studio and I became dissatisfied. I said, look, I'm someone who is supposed to the world to help the world understand China, but I don't know the world. I never lived abroad, for an extended period of time. And I had to do that. I get too old. So I plunged into the cold water, from a presenter's job to a journalist's job. Literally, I had no idea how to operate a camera. Okay. The first day we were in Geneva, there was something happening, and me and my cameraman, what are we going to do? Let's go, but you know how to film? Yeah, he was like, let's try. And that's what how we started. But 6 years later, I could do everything. If you airdrop me into a code spot and say, Liu Xin, fire a story from that place, I'll be able to do everything. Yeah. So I think that was the real journalistic training course for me. And it really also helped me understand how people really see China from the outside, how people think, how they live, and for me, that was very important because I am supposed to talk to them. Yeah. They're supposed to be my audience. Otherwise, how do I understand them? So it was a fascinating experience. And I think everybody, if they have the opportunity, they should be an overseas correspondent for at least a year or two. After that, you are invincible.
Did you learn to speak French when you were in Geneva?
I could. Yeah, I actually studied French for a couple of months before I was posted. So I had some kind of a French credential, and then I went to Geneva, so I could, use some basic French to work for my everyday life as well. So that was a plus. Yeah.
Okay, listen, I'll be coming to the final part of the interview. Mother's Day is coming. Okay, so I need to ask you some questions about being a mother, a working mother who spends a lot of time in the studio. Okay, now, how do you balance your work as a mom to your 2 children?
I must say I have been very lucky that my family have been very supportive of my job. Basically, they followed me where I needed to go. Okay. If you understand what I'm talking about. I moved to Geneva, they followed, and I moved back to China. They also accommodated that decision, which is a difficult one. Yes. Yep. I have been working too hard as a mother, but I'm relieved that my children see the example of a working mother.
Mm-hmm.
And when they think of their mother, they think of a hardworking person. And I believe that's ingrained in their mind, that that's what a person should be like, or at least a woman should be like. I hope my children will grow to be, similarly hardworking, similarly respectful, kind, or try to be. And one blessing in disguise is because I work so much, they have freedom. They have free time. And I think it seems to be working out that they are independent and they enjoy the kind of freedom that they have, so that they do things on their own. They're motivated by themselves. I'm extremely grateful to my family. Yeah.
What is your advice to students who are studying journalism and they want to grow up to be like Liu Xin?
I'm really I can't say advice. I would say it's a profession. I think it's so enriching. Sometimes when you meet different people in different part of the world, you lose yourself. You forget about yourself, right? You're in there. The whole body is in conversation with them, and you come out wiser. Yes. You come out with a better understanding, right, of this world. And I think that's an experience that no money can buy. And I would hope that more people would have the heart to join this profession and have the heart to stay in this profession longer than normally, than they normally do. Right now, people, when they get a bit older, they leave this profession because it's not well paid.
Yeah.
It's not right. I don't know about in Malaysia, but in China, often you see only young people, right, in this profession. And I think that's a pity. So if you have the opportunity, give it a try.
Correct.
And then we in the journalism business, I think we also always need to bear in mind the criticism.
Yes.
That we, right, what people say about journalists being, you already have your idea. You're just looking for things to prove your idea.
Yeah.
I ask myself all the time whether that's what I'm doing, right?
Yes.
And you are based on facts, whether you are being fair and truthful. It's not easy. It's not easy, but we have to constantly tell ourselves these things.
I understand. I've been in this business for 36 years. I'm 60 years old. Okay. And I'm experimenting on all kinds of platforms.
That's great, right? It's a great experience.
Yes.
Makes us young and energized. Yeah.
Thank you, Liu Xin, for taking time off from your busy schedule to talk about your experiences in Xinjiang, as well as to open up about your work and about your personal life. Thank you so much. Followers, please follow us, Liu Xin and RealChunWai on social media. Thank you and good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Wong. I hope to talk to you again, see you in person, and many thanks to all my friends in Malaysia. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
It's a wrap. Thank you.